always try to peek with your right shoulder, and if you can avoid it, never ever peek with your left shoulder first. It's just how CS2 models work. Here are 50 tips for CS2, and even if you have played the game for 10 years, you should learn a thing or two. Avoid moving with W as much as you can, since for 100% accuracy you want to stand still when shooting and counter strafe to be a harder target yourself. It is easier to properly stop when you only move from side to side instead of adding S to the mix, as then you need to stop the forward movement and side movement in the same action. Some weapons don't give a fuck about your movement though. Do not run past walking teammates, they might be onto a sneaky around winning play. You don't need to spray and spray control. This might be controversial as obviously it's a good bonus skill to master, but as a casual player, accurate bursts and one taps is all you need. When your teammate is fighting, please help them. Check the radar to stay in touch with your teammates, and for God's sake, if your team engages, try to be useful as well. Either take space on somewhere on the map or help them at the fight. Do not just wait for them to die. Going up ladders diagonally is faster than going up straight, and you can go full speed silent by leaving little pauses in between. Never play Counter-Strike without a working microphone. Communication is crucial in this game. Talk, even if you shoot bad. When you give out good information, you enable your teammates to take space on the map and win more rounds for you. And as the next step, call outs. Learn them, use them, and listen to them. If your teammates call 4 enemies are on middle, there can be maximum 1 enemy at A or B. So if you go in now, then you're gonna guarantee yourself maximum a 1v1 duel, or even better, potentially a free bomb site. Clear all the corners. By the way, there are some positions that you can clear from far away. For example, if you don't see anyone at jail from this B-Apps window position, no one can be there, as otherwise you would see part of their body. Try to hold distance from walls, as you always have a vision advantage over players who hold or clear angles close to the walls. It becomes a game who is closer to a wall will see the others a bit later, and you don't want to be that guy. Yes, there are some surprise plays you can make when swinging wide from close wall positions, Santares peak, but a good general rule is to avoid hugging walls as much as possible. Beginners have asked me if colorful skins change weapons, add damage or else. No, they are just visuals, and on my co-owned trading site skinvault.gg you can boost these visuals. We accept more items than most of other sites. Our inventory is as huge as Kim Kardashian's ass, and we have low fees. Just click, click, click to get fresh CS2 skins in minutes. And on top of that, I want to give 5 fastest viewers who use code NadeKing +2 whatever trade after this video goes live, free $50 straight to your balance. So check back on the site after a couple of days to see if you were fast enough, and do what you have to do on skinvault.gg. Next up, make sure to change your range accordingly to your weapon. Shotguns and weaker guns, close combat, and with snipers you obviously want to engage to a long distance duel. Do not scroll wheel through your weapons, it's slow and inconvenient. Use keybinds for that and memorize them in your finger muscles, as these milliseconds can be everything in CS. Try to keep your crosshair at the head height at all times. Too many people have their crosshairs pointing at the ground while moving, forcing you to re-aim when you engage into a gunfight. Make sure you're ready to shoot accurately at all times. Smokes are not walls. Yes, they can be used to stop pushes, and whoever runs out from a smoke always has a vision disadvantage, but if you smoke something off, do not assume no one walks through it. That's my favorite play right there. You are not good enough to get mad at others, please don't. Have your weapon out and be ready to shoot. 99% of the times, these grenades you're juggling in your hands won't get you to win more than gun in your hands. Plus, of course, go find cover when you reload. It's obvious, yet a lot of people fail it. Now we move on to a little more intermediate tips. When you're starting to take the game more seriously, make sure to learn the timings and its rules. For example, with best spawns, CT will always arrive Mirage window quicker than Ts are out mid. When someone is called out in Palace, it takes them around 15 seconds to run to TV. In my head, when a call out has been made, I try to imagine it as a potential circle where this player can potentially be in X amount of time. Use silent dropping, especially in late round quieter situations. When going down from medium-sized objects, crouch and release crouch before you touch the ground. No one will hear a thing. Confidence is key. Sometimes it's better to just go for that ballsy peek rather than hesitate and lose the momentum. If you're truly feeling it, do it. Wallbangs can be very different, meaning that some walls are surprisingly thin and do make sense to try even with a pistol, but some thicker walls you shouldn't even waste your rifle ammo on. Yes, they do technically work, but practically they do very little damage. You can always shoot 1 or 2 bullets for info though. Do not throw grenades in situations where enemy doesn't exactly know where you are. You're gonna reveal your position, which is huge, and probably the nade impact won't cover the positional advantage you are ruining with that. When you're dead, stay quiet, at least give no advice how to play, as everyone has their own clutching style, but if you're 100% sure you saw or heard something the player in action did not, then you can just confirm the info to them. Do not flash like Curry's Deep 3 so everyone sees it coming. These flashes can easily be dodged by the enemies. Try to make your flashbangs more poppy with right click or both click throws, and also get creative using walls. Watch your own demos to get better quicker. Watching pro play is one thing, but watching your own POV helps you to see your mistakes in obvious sauce, and it's easier to avoid them in the future. Surviving is crucial. Sometimes just staying alive wins your teammates crucial time and room to win the round for you. Do not overpush and keep the man advantages. If you have utility, use it. Don't die with utility in your hands that you or your teammates could have used, so if you go for a risky entry play in the beginning of the round, it's better to drop the extras to your teammates. As a CT, if you know Ts have full buy AK Ops or AK-47s, do not buy a helmet, as AK is one-shot headshot anyways and your helmet doesn't matter. As a T, you always buy a head armor if you can. This is the priority. Teaching your random teammates mid-game how to play rarely helps. Learn the utility for every map you play and prioritize smokes, as they have the biggest effect if you know how to use them. CS2tricks.com to find the best lineups. Go look a bit into the walls if you want to hide your barrel when camping corners, or just use pistols because they obviously have shorter barrels. If you decide to half buy into the round, make sure you leave around 2k in your balance, so together with the loss bonus you can properly buy next round. Now, even if you solo queue and you have a toxic moron in your team, do your best from your side to keep your team environment as positive as possible and mute people if needed. Very generic advice, but the amount of 0-10 comebacks I have seen, even if the environment inside the team is horrendous, is bigger than the number of likes under this video. Consider liking the video though. Even if it's one of those days where you miss everything, just by encouraging your teammates instead of GGing in the second round will bring you way more W's as outcome. Work with your attitude, do not try to fix the toxic guys, just compliment them and free elo might happen. If you are stacking a bomb site, do not smoke it. Smoke is used for stopping a push, but you want to bait them to come into this site. For top level mind games though, you can always break the rules, you just have to learn them first. We're gonna continue with the last portion of tips that I consider to be more advanced. Go pre-fire common spots, very logical, and nowadays there are tons of cool tools you can use for that. Next up, as a counter, don't be afraid to play off angles. People practice pre-aiming and expect you at the most common spots. Go surprise them with something unseen. On CT sides, be aware of defuse kits. If you have 3 or more in your team, feel free to let the round to go to the distance and play the after plants. If you have no kits though, you might want to fight harder, so Ts do not get to plant the bomb that easily. As for a 10-second defuse, you're gonna need a great retake. Crouch jumping makes you jump higher. If your teammate says B, make sure the bomb is there as well. Before everyone fully rotates, you can easily see the red bomb icon from the radar. It's often the case in solo queue games where someone is full confident saying it's B rush, but in reality there are only 2 guys faking it, while bomb with the rest of the team gets the A bomb site for free because of the scheisse information. Flashes can make your sounds muted even if they don't blind you at all, but just pop close to you. So if you're rushing and want to deny audio cues, you better throw your flashbangs as close to enemy as possible. Even if they don't blind them, it will mute them for longer and therefore potential info delays. Learn the economy and know when to eco/save. Economy management alone can make a massive difference in games. Also, don't be afraid to use cheaper guns with high kill rewards to build up a wallet and buy hard in upcoming rounds. Know the bomb plants and learn the defaults, so even if enemies go for a smoke defuse, you roughly know where to shoot at, and if comms are unclear, look at the radar to have better chances to kill the smoke diffuser. Learn how to airstrafe. If you master this skill, you're gonna gain more speed in your jumps, making you a harder target to hit, and you can execute longer jumps/shortcuts to get to cool self-boost positions. By the way, pros also jump corners for their entry routes because this is how they win some milliseconds. If you make a noise like scoping in, dropping down or throwing a grenade, there is no point to walk or move silent afterwards as you have anyways revealed your position. Learn some safe flashbangs on each map. I like to call them POG-proof flashes, which help your teammates and at the same time have very low rate of blinding them because they pop behind objects or just behind your teammates, blinding only the enemy side. If you execute those, you will be called a NadeKing. Always play with default player models because at the top level on majors and such, you are only allowed to play with them anyways, and you won't give extra info to enemy team by letting them know which model they tagged, plus you won't stupidly reveal your position thanks to your antenna or pouch sticking out. Go use your radar, you can see where your teammates are, spotted enemies as red dots, circles, how far people can hear your noises, etc. Some people do have keybinds to zoom in and out radar at times, but I prefer to go 24/7 with mid zoom. Whatever it takes, don't die after the round timer as a T, you will lose everything and have zero money. That's extremely painful for the whole team's economy. Read the game. If you are fortunate enough to start your round in 5v4 or 5v3 advantage, enemies most likely want to push for info now, be ready, and vice versa. If you are in disadvantageous situation like that, someone from your team might need to get more aggressive and look for a way to turn the round around. You can use AGs to deliver your guns that otherwise would be impossible or too dangerous to grab. And also you can have a look at the next video YouTube thinks you're gonna like the best. There are also 70% of the people who watch my content regularly yet haven't subscribed. Don't be that guy who doesn't have the aim for the red button. Do what you have to do. See ya.